Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P. Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab where I'm just coming up with all kind of concepts. If I can conceive it, I conceptualize it, I'm going to give you the lesson. Let's go. I got a nice one for you today. Now I know why it takes two intelligent people to have an intelligent conversation. See where we're going with this? Let's go. WRIGHT 25 rule led by storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. Got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers. I got daily, I give life lessons, okay? Hence, rightism. And sometimes I give y'all information because this is what I'm going through, and I just got to figure out a way to get it out of my system. So here's my my shrink. I come here to rant. This ain't a rant, but just I get a little annoyed. So let me talk about this. Right thing, because after going through what I've been going through the last few weeks, now I know why it takes two intelligent, spiritually enlightened people to have an intelligent, spiritual conversation. The amount of spiritual ignorance that's running around here today is unbelievable to me. I'm trying to reframe and be respectable, but I am livid with the ignorance of these people who believe what they believe. I've come to realize, again, as I grow, I get older, I have to listen. And what I'm hearing is the most ridiculous nonsense, but you can't tell them that. I tried to make sense out of ignorance for some reason, but my intellect tells me, no, my man, you can't. That's why it's so hard for me to, can't do it. That's a paradox that can't be done. Okay, why? There's no ignorance is not to know something. And some people are comfortable being ignorant. And I'm ignorant to a whole bunch of stuff. It don't interest me. I get it. Okay, that's your choice. Again, I keep telling people what somebody believes, that's their right. No problem with that. But I can tell about what you say, how ignorant you are. Okay, what you believe, but your words said you ignorant all get up. That's the difference. So let's get into that. The worst conversations to get into and to have is with someone who's spiritually ignorant and believe that they know something. They're never going to answer the questions for what they believe. They just, no, I know that. Just. No, man, where'd you get the information from? Who was telling you that? You got the source. And it's unbelievable how they just, no regards for facts, no, that means nothing. It means nothing. I had a 2-hour conversation. Okay, 2 hours. I'm just acting, going on, I had to end it. Why? Because it was going nowhere. You know what I said? For you believers in that book, do you believe people in that book? Yeah. Okay, well, newsflash. I'm going to exit on this one. They never existed. Oh. We can't even have a conversation about that concept. Why? Because they believe they did. So ain't nothing I can do for y'all. And studying my wiser men, when a person sets their belief and they believe, leave them alone. A person who knows not and believe that they know, leave them alone. They're dangerous. Trust me. And I'm seeing evidence of that. It's unbelievable. Our ancients knew a lot more about us than we ever would imagine. They had this thing on our shoulder figured out. Never mind the body, you know that, but they had this thing right here figured out. That's the beauty part for me. Well, I got mine figured out. But they got the blueprint. I went and got the damn blueprint. I got the answer. I passed the test. Moving on. It's called about life, knowing thyself. And during this time, I listened to my interpretation, nonsense. Why? And because what they was believing, or what they believe is what they expressing, I had to respectfully listen. I'm cringing. I can't. It's unbelievable. I'm just saying now, dude, this is getting, but it's been there for a while. I have to laugh. I just have to laugh. Why? When you obtain knowledge and you practice it, true wisdom comes from discernment, knowing how to deal with what? All kinds of ignorant people. I'm getting better at that. I used to fight. I used to love. Can't fight. Too many of them. Remember when Bruce Lee come in the dojo and beat up everybody? I go around looking for ignorant people to beat them up. That was, but that was, the concept. Now I try to enlighten them. Crickets. No challenges. Well, I get a few. I appreciate the one who do fun, but I'm good with that. Again, let's deal with this ignorance. Again, ignorance will always be in opposition and always fight what? Enlightenment or intelligence, knowledge, whatever you want to call it, how you want to view, and vice versa. Why? I hate ignorance. I detest anything that's wrong, anything that ain't right. I got a problem with that. Oh, you perfect. No, I'm just doing what's right. Simple as that. I know right from wrong. I'm going to do what I know to be right. That's it. It don't make me no better. No, it just make me hold myself accountable to do what I know to be what's right. So my actions have to be right. That's all. I hold myself accountable for that. Every individual has the right. When intellect meets or have confrontation with ignorance, there's going to be what? Confrontation. There's going to be a showdown. Back in the Wild Wild West, you got a reputation. I hear you the fastest man in the West. Okay, but if you're hearing that, where I come from, if the reputation that's telling you about whoever, you should believe it. You're always going to have that one. Well, okay, but my man, you do know that in order for me to prove my point, I'm going to kill you. That's what you want. Come on, this is what I do. What? This is what I do. Now, this is what I do. I love the Spartans. My man asked the guy, he has a little 300. They going to Thermopylae. We hold up the guy, the Persian Cup. He got 300 guys, right? Other guy met up with him. He got a whole bunch of them. He got it just, they carried all kinds. He said, well, man, he said, I would think you have more soldiers, more warriors. He said, no, I got 300. He said, we got about 1,000. He said, what you do? I'm a potter. What you do? I'm a blacksmith. What you do? I'm a lawyer. Spartans, what do we do? Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. He said, so, see, now I bought more warriors than you. So, yeah, the concept is, you come to do what you do, that's what you do. But if somebody challenging you because you done built the reputation, that is your problem. Be theirs. I tell people, trust. But see, today, you can have a reputation that you never earned. So they got these fabricated reputations. No, back in my day, that was unheard of. Why? Nobody give a damn about you if you didn't prove it. I tell people a lot of times, a well-placed ass whooping sets your tone for next one. That's all. That's all you got to do. Moving on. Prove yourself as a Mason. I want to be tried, never denied, and tried again. I can prove who I am. I come from the project. I come from the streets of Newark, born and bred. But when you obtain intellect, that means you can tell within a few seconds what kind of person or spiritual person you're dealing with. Just like back in the day, I could tell if you was in the game or not in the game. Again, y'all don't really understand. We have labels. We have stuff that would, when you saw me back in the day, you knew what I was about. Hell, people still say, oh, gee, I ain't sold no drugs in 40 years. Still look the same. What? That's the besides. That's always gonna be me. I ain't gonna lose that. I'm gonna be looking like that. I can't wait. I done got my grades. I'm good. But I still look who I am. That don't change. But it's what you do. That's what I'm trying. And God don't look at what you used to do. He look at the change, and He reward you for that. That's my point. And if you become what? Enlightened. If you change your ignorance and get knowledge of self, now you can use that spiritual knowledge. And now you will be able to deal with what? Those spiritual ignorant people that you're going to be around, because everybody ain't going to be spiritually enlightened. And they're not. But you have to understand how to deal with it. That's what I'm getting better at too. That's all. I'm having fun now. I ain't arguing, debate, man. I don't give a crap. But they say opposites attract. So, quick test. I had a favorite comedian, George Burns, Gracie Allen. George Burns and Gracie Allen show, Burns and Allen, right? Now, she played the dumb, dippy blonde, just dumb, straight out dumb. But nobody understood. George was the straight man. He didn't do nothing. She did all the work. He just interjected every now and then, but he stayed in his mode. But the comedic timing and the way it went, she was the orchestrator of that. So she wasn't really dumb. That's my point. But they got along well because obviously he was. So she was the brains and operation of that. But again, when you have intellect and ignorance, they're going to have a problem. But when you got opposites, they're going to come together and work as one. That's the beauty part about getting it done. Everybody's situation, marital relationship, it may not be ideal for somebody else. What me and my wife do ain't got to do with what you and your wife do. Got nothing to do. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. So everybody got their own relationship. In a relationship, one take care of this, one take care of that. That's called working together. If I'm not going to be with no other man when I need comfort at night, so I need a woman. Simple. All that comes into play. What kind of woman? A woman that attracted to me, that I attracted to them. Simple. Y'all do it a whole bunch of other stuff. I ain't got time for that. But my thing is cut and dry, real simple. I'm old school. But when you are into whatever you're into, if you are ignorant, you need to what? Just get enlightenment, get knowledge. You should not be ignorant of yourself. But you got a lot of people who comfortable being ignorant. Why? Because they're ego-driven. They don't know they're ignorant. Again, you don't go to the doctor until what? You realize you're sick. You won't use the right thing of philosophy until you need it. You call God when you get in trouble. You call Jesus. Well, why don't you just keep Him in the midst all the time? So when something happens, He's there with you. Okay, so you go, oh God, no, we know. Okay, conceptually. But in all relationships, you need balance. But they got to be opposite. Good, bad. Okay, I can maintain what? My end of the bargain, my deal. If you do too, that means we got harmony. Now, how and what you do, we evenly deal with that nonsense. I have a brother, sister, married. One's Muslim, one's a Christian. That don't change their love for one another. That's my whole issue with that. So opposites. Yeah, she's this, he's that. But love supersedes the nonsense. That's one of my concepts. But again, when you have relationships, you need to balance. In anything and everything, be it right, wrong, good, bad, don't make a difference. But when it comes together, that's harmony. Duh. Okay? Man and woman, harmony. Man and man, woman and woman, no harmony. That's the concept. Okay, intelligence, let's get back to this idea. Intelligence, when lived, becomes what? Wisdom, gnosis, you know from experience. And the more you know about who? You, the better you will be. I'm smart enough at this point in my life, after years of what? Observation, and I learned how to what? Read people, understand people, and more important, deal with people, with their issues. It ain't my job to change a person's character or how they are. No. But it's my job to change me. I asked in 10 years, have what I've been practicing and teaching changed me? Yeah. For the better? Yeah. Okay, I'm good. If what you doing ain't prospering and better, why you doing it? So I leave it there. Why? I know what I'm doing. I'm being respected. That's all I need. Moving on. But if what you believe in ain't rewarding you, you might want to check what you believe in. That's all. And when your intellect comes from seeing what ignorance looks like, I learned a lot of stuff from them, man. Good and bad. The bad I learned not to do. I didn't pass that on to my son. You don't get the bad from me. I show my good qualities in my son. And it's even going into my grandkids. I'm just loving it. Okay, y'all don't give a damn about that. But yeah, I do. And when ignorance, you know what ignorance look like, and you don't want that. I use my son, I use all my family members to educate my son on whatever was in life. Ignorance, drug dealing, drug use, whatever it was. I use them as examples. I don't care. And guess what? It worked. All right. But once you know what ignorance look like, you don't want to look like that. That's all. And you don't want to be like them. My man K died. They're not like us. What? The ignorant of themselves, they're not like us. When you're conscious of who you are, you got something to say, you living for a purpose, you got reason and goals in life, they're not like us. The ignorant people don't do that. Right thinkers do. But if you study, like me, daily and practice what you're learning, like I've been over the last 30 years, you will become a better person. You will obtain what? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of who? Yourself. What else do you want in life? I want to be calm. Okay, what? Know you and go for it. To go for that, not know you, and if you don't reach that, you blew on both hands. You don't let the bird right out your hand going for the birds in the bush. Now you end up with nothing. The only man who produced something with his thing in his hand was Ra. Just a little inside joke there. Somebody, a lot of y'all ain't gonna get it. But yeah, that's the only thing you can come from the hand. Moving on, all right? Okay, yeah, okay. But knowledge, again, knowledge that not being you, to have knowledge and don't use it is not what? Knowledge at all. It's just belief that don't need no actions, just believe it. I listened to one of y'all Bible thumpers who believe that all you gotta do is believe in Jesus and you go to heaven. That's what the Bible said. That's what y'all, but that's what he said. I'm not here to debate and argue. I'm just listening. And watch this. I can't fathom my knowledge, my understanding about everything I stand for. If just believing in Jesus Christ is enough to get you into heaven, I can prove that's a damn lie. But respectfully, you got a right to believe that. But when judgment day come, you're going to know that I was right. That's all. So at that point, it's too late. There's money quarterback. And ain't no money game yet. To believe something is fine. But how long are you going to believe something? That belief should turn into knowledge, to gnosis, to know why. Because if you believe it, it should be coming. If you believe that guy's coming back to help you, rescue you, and all that nonsense, you ain't too smart. Moving on, I ain't got time for that. But ignorance, if not controlled with what? Intelligence, knowledge, will destroy you. The sign, the hieroglyphic for the ego set is a man with a hatchet to his head. Self-destructive. Remember, the ego killed the spirit, the soul, Asar, his brother. Conceptually, not literally. Stories, allegorical stories. All my Masonic lessons, we know there was allegorical stories. But they all believe that King Solomon had a temple adorned. The temple is you. I just revealed the Masonic secret. Ooh. They looking for a temple, don't even know it's them. So they leading you straight. They bamboozling you. They playing you for a sucker. And guess what? You getting your money. Moving on. It's called dues. I know. Moving on. All right. Knowledge can be obtained. And they charge a lot of money to teach you in university and colleges, don't they? They don't just give it away, do it. When you go to a country, education is free, that's where you want to be. Why? They give you the truth. They like to charge you for that. Moving on, just putting it out there. Ignorance, again, AKA is your ego. Understand that. And it is, if not controlled, self-destructive. It is a violent concept that don't serve you if it's in control. It don't care about you. It will do things that will cause you suffering, okay? Pain, sometimes your life, okay? But the ego, again, is self-destructive if left unchecked. No control over it. Trust me, you heading for problems. We call fetters, self-inflicted things that you cause due to your ignorance. Again, that word and the ego, they go they're together. The ego don't know God. Ego will edge God out. It don't give two craps about God. That's the difference. With Haru, spirit in you, serving your father to fight off the ego who don't know or care about your father. Okay? But ignorance of oneself is definitely our problem as a race of people. Why? They did that on purpose. God damn it. Tired of this. Why? That you yourself can solve the ignorant problem. What? With knowledge. That's why. With knowledge and understanding and trusting somebody who has it and learn from them and you practice it. I'm down. Yeah, I get excited at that point because it's nerve-wracking to me. And again, ignorance is a state of mind that wants to be told what to believe. It don't want to do its own work. It'll just do. That's why you can control it, corral it, and put it in a position of servitude for you. That's your best fighter. It fights off Apophis for Ra. Excuse me. Again, conceptually. Sorry about that. I get excited. All right, but again, lack of self-knowledge is our problem as a damn race of people. The white man ain't got that problem. Ignorant people will never hang out or socialize with enlightened people. So there's a barrier there. Okay? Good don't hang out with bad. Why? We got two different things. We can't serve two masters like y'all do, but the idea is when I was bad, I was bad. Now that I'm good, I'm good. I'm not good or pretend to be good and really bad. No, that don't work. Moving on. So a lot of people try that. Oh, don't worry, they get taken care of. Well, what? Don't worry about that. Stop worrying about what somebody's doing, getting away with it. Stop that. Put the blinders on. Don't give a damn. Why? Because it ain't got nothing to do with you. You should be worried about you. That's why. Self-mastery meaning you putting all your effort and energy and intuitive and due diligence into what? Knowing you. When you do that, the world is your oyster. I just say go for it. But ignorant people will never hang out with enlightened people. I don't have any problem against anything against ignorant people. No. Ignorant people have a problem with me. Why? Because I'm an intelligent person. I'm an enlightened being. They got a problem with me. I ain't got a problem with them. Moving on. And when they hate on you for doing what's best for you, just leave them alone. That's their ignorance showing. We call your slippers hanging. You know, when you think you got somebody controlling and they ain't really there, you see a guy come out the bathroom, pot all over his nose. Yo, man, just, what? See, right there. That's ignorance. If you was, that's whatever you do, but once, you let your guard down, we all can see it. We all know that. My man, Captain said, don't you know I can see you? Some people just don't care. Ignorance. Again, they're going to do what they want to do. If drugs is your thing, you're going to do drugs. Simple as that. All that trying to stop somebody from doing something, don't waste your time on that. I'm doing all I could to try to enlighten you. That's a hell of a job, and I I'm going nowhere fast. It look like moving on, but that don't stop me. All right? Yeah. It's hard to have an intelligent conversation nowadays. Why is that? What happened? If it ain't about a bunch of, I'm not, my brother tell me, Brother Wright, you just gotta lower your, no, I'm not gonna lower my standards to be ignorant just to have a conversation with a bunch of ignorant people. I do that on a day-to-day basis. I ain't got to come to that level. I'm there listening. Other than that, I'm gone. I'm a root rock. That's why the spirit is recognized by the bird. What? It can fly and get up out of here. So when I get bored, when I get annoyed with y'all, I just raise my intellect, go grab me a book, and go study. What? I can't get nothing from y'all. I can't teach y'all. Y'all sure can't teach me. So we got nothing to talk about. I just have to be myself. If I'm going to be in bad company, I'm going to be by my damn self. And if I'm bad company, then that's on me. I'm not going to be around you and be in bad company. You crazy as hell. Sorry about getting annoyed about that. Positive. You can't have a good conversation. If you ain't talking about a bunch of nonsense, they ain't in. Sorry. I know it's hard because I try win daily. And it's how it blows my mind how much ignorant people just interacting just freaks me out. They won't listen, but they keep talking and talking and talking. That's how I know they're ignorant. I'm listening to what you're saying. I know you know what you're talking about. Some things I do know, and when you go get spent, I'm about to challenge. I'm ready, but I had to reframe. That's debating, that's arguing. I ain't got time for that. If that's what you believe, so be it. Moving on. And I see, I hear, I even got to deal with ignorant people when daily, again, ain't no getting around it. They everywhere. I ain't going to insult them like that. But it's annoying. And they're sweating. They just, I'm looking for conscious people. Golly, Jesus Christ. I miss my church fan. I ain't been to church in a few weeks. I'm freaking out. Why? I can't get no solace from these people. No spiritual love, none of that. It's like pulling teeth. Okay, why? Man, having an intelligent conversation nowadays, far and few between. At one time, you can walk outside and strike up a conversation with the neighbor. You can, now, oh, Lord, Jesus Christ. And I come here daily. Why? Because I got a few things to say, but I can't tell them why. They're too busy talking and saying nothing that is doing nothing for me. So I can't even help them. So I come here for those who tune in. This is my classroom, just so I can, y'all my shrink. I can come here and lay on the couch and vent. So appreciate you, those who tune in. That's what I'm doing for you. In the meantime, I'm going to say, but this is a message. Thank you. I know that. The whole point is to make the message. I got that point, but I'm trying to let you know how my emotions are sometimes. I get excited, all right, and upset. Just a passion. Okay, it ain't personal. And I come here daily to what? Try to help enlighten those who are spiritually ignorant. I say it every day, okay? It ain't gonna change. Wrapping it up, again, I appreciate you tuning in. And since I can't talk to you ignorant, give them Samuel L. MFs in person, I gotta use my platform here in my classroom to hope to get the message to you, but you still got to tune in and put the work in. Hope you enjoy the lesson. It ain't personal. It's what you need to do for you. That's what I'm here for you to do. That you need to do, the work you need for yourself. I'm just helping you along the way, point you in the right direction. Okay? In closing, right thinkers, may you all did it be 100. Me, 100 minutes a day. So I never know that my right thinkers, even though you're ignorant, have passed away. Still love you.